Picture this. I'm sitting at my grandma's kitchen table, a cup of tea next to me, and a big pile of flashcards between us. I flip one over. Thai. I know it means something. I should remember, but my mind just goes blank. I can't for the life of me remember that Thai means Krawatte in German. It doesn't connect. It doesn't make sense. My grandma smiles and says, "Try again, darling." I do, again and again. And at some point, I just put the cards down and think, maybe I'm just not good at learning languages. That sentence stayed with me for years. It turned into a quiet belief. Learning languages is hard, for me at least. Everyone else seemed to get it so easily. But for me, it was always a struggle. If you ever felt like that, like language learning is just harder for you, this whole podcast is for you. Hey, and welcome to the Be German podcast, your place to learn German in a way that feels brain friendly, easy, efficient, and effective. I'm Jacqueline. I'm your language learning coach. I always loved languages, but for years I really struggled to learn them. Then, while studying linguistics, I discovered the most brain friendly way to learn a new language. And suddenly, everything clicked. Later, I also became a certified life coach. So, this podcast combines the best of both worlds: language science and personal growth. You're in exactly the right place if you want to learn German the BE way, with brain friendly input, engaging emotion, plenty of exposure, and ease. For years, I did exactly what teachers told me. I made word lists and flashcards. I memorized vocabulary. I wrote it down 10 times. I worked hard, really hard. And, and actually, sometimes I only barely passed my exams. But when I wanted to actually speak, nothing happened. My brain just froze. I didn't understand native speakers. I knew those words were somewhere in my mind, but I couldn't reach them when listening or talking. In general, I felt like I was rowing against the current, putting in all the effort just to stay in one place. And honestly, I believed that's how language learning worked. You push and hope you don't fall behind. It was exhausting. And I started to think maybe languages just aren't my thing. Later, almost by accident, I found myself studying linguistics. I had already started something completely different at first, but there was no chemistry. I already checked out other subjects, but then a friend told me, you know, linguistics isn't about memorizing vocabulary, it's about understanding how languages work. That caught my attention because I liked languages and found them very fascinating, but I hated learning them. So I switched out of curiosity and gave it a try. And that decision changed everything. Suddenly, what used to feel hard and didn't make any sense at all, I realized our brains are not bad at languages. They just hate memorizing. They also hate memorizing, like dates in history, for instance. Our brains crave pattern, rhythm, and meaning and connection. And they want to understand. Then, when I discovered Vera Birkenbiel's work and tried her method, learning languages turned into something completely different. I wasn't grinding anymore. I was discovering. It felt natural, even fun. The results shocked me. I went from being an average student to the top of my class. I finished the language course exam in half the time. It was something I'd never experienced before. Never. That's when I knew I was never the problem. The method was. Our brain is actually designed for learning languages. This podcast is my invitation to learn German the B way. It means we'll work with your brain, not against it. You'll discover how to understand before you speak, and why that makes everything so much easier. Before we start, just a quick note. You'll hear me use two words quite a lot: infosode and minisode. Infosodes are these English explanation episodes where I share ideas and my knowledge about the topic. Minisodes are the short German audios you'll use later to learn naturally, the real practice part. Over the next few infosodes, you'll understand why old methods felt so heavy, what your brain actually needs, and how we'll use the PDFs and German audios when we start. Think of this season 1 as your zero pressure pre session, getting your mind ready so your progress later feels natural. If you ever have questions or ideas for future episodes, I'd love to hear from you. You'll find my contact links in the show notes, plus the full transcript of every episode. When minisodes launch, you will find the transcription and decodation in the show notes. Next time, we'll talk about why classic methods feel like rowing against the current, and how to finally turn the river in your favor. You were never the problem, the method was. So keep listening and be curious.